Hello and welcome to episode number 64 of the TEW 2016 Challenge Run. We're here for Monday Night Raw, week 4 August, the go-home show to SummerSlam 2019. Let's get on with the show without any further ado. Here we go. Raw starts with John Cena coming down to the ring. And he's basically just addressing Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era. Saying that he accepts his challenge for SummerSlam. It'll be John Cena versus Adam Cole. And how he tells Adam Cole that he's not the first guy to try and make a name off John Cena at SummerSlam. And he needs to learn that when he steps into the ring with John Cena, he's going to get the 16-time world champion. One of the very best of all time. That brings out Undisputed Era onto the stage. And Cole and Cena have a quick back and forth rebuttal about Cole says Cena's past it, he's retired to go to Hollywood full time because this is the Undisputed Era of Raw now, and as far as he's concerned, there's no place for people like John Cena clogging up spotlight from those of us that deserve it. And then he's like, well, there's 5 of us and only 1 of you. Who's to say you even make it to SummerSlam? They close in on him, went out from the back, runs Johnny Gargano, and it says Jimmy Uso, but both Usos because of the limits. I can only have 8 people on the segment. And they take the fight to Undisputed Era, and they clear the ring, and it's announced the main event. Well, I don't know if it is the main event, because the main event is a contract signing. But the main event match for tonight is John Cena teaming with Johnny Gargano against Adam Cole and Sami Zayn. We then get Elias and Baron Corbin's match. Just to cap off their quick feud, Elias gets the win with the Halo Bomb in 13 minutes to score the pinfall over Baron Corbin. The Street Profits are celebrating their win from last week when the Revival interrupt them. They're partying with their cups, and they've got club music blasting out, and they're just dancing around having a good old jolly time when the Revival walk in and say, no, this isn't what tag team wrestling is all about. How is it that after all this time, me and Dash are still the only 2 here that care about tag team wrestling, and the rest of you are just using it as a gimmick to try and bring your silly lifestyle to the forefront of Monday Night Raw? Well, this is no more. We're no longer going to sit on the sidelines. We are the top guys of both Raw and the entire WWE tag division, and we can't sit around and let people like the Street Profits think that they are the top team on Raw when they're clearly not. They're a pair of jokes. Then Montez Ford would get in, they'd slap the cup out of his hand or something, and then he'd get all fiery and intense like he does. The segment fades to black. We get a fatal 4-way. Alexa, Bayley, Peyton, and Io have a 4-way. Io gets the win over Peyton Royce with a German suplex, giving momentum to Io Shirai and Kairi Sane heading into the 4-way tag team match this Sunday at SummerSlam between these 4 teams. Breeze is back. Well, he's not back. He's recording another fucking video from wherever he's on holiday, saying that it's nearly time. The biggest party of the summer may be coming up for you people on Sunday, but the real date to put in your calendar is going to be whatever date it is, but Monday, week 1, September, because that is the day that Tyler Breeze, Tonara Conti, and Aaliyah return to Monday Night Raw, and it's going to be something you're not going to want to miss. And that is when the true party starts. And they clang their drinks or whatever. Zack, Ryder, and Shelton Benjamin have a match. Mainly because Ryder's on like 59 pop. And this win here should put him over the 60 mark, so I can complete my goal about getting him over. And he's pretty much not... He's not great, actually, because he's still only hitting a 60. That's about his pop. So he's gonna get there to where he needs to be, but I'm not sure he's gonna still be someone I focus on going forward. Ruby Riott comes out unannounced with a microphone in her hand. She says that last week she got disrespected by Becky Lynch. She's one of the greatest women here on Monday Night Raw, and just because she's in a bit of a slump right now, that doesn't make it any different or make her any less of a valued player here on Monday Night Raw. So she's challenging any woman in the back who thinks that they can beat her to a match right now, and out comes Miss Money in the Bank, Sonya Deville. They have a match. Sonya defeats Ruby in a pretty damn good match, if I do say so myself, between these two. I wouldn't have expected a Ruby Riott, Sonya Deville match to get a B-, but here it is. Yeah, that's worked out pretty well. Brock Lesnar is here tonight. Paul Heyman comes out, Brock Lesnar standing behind him, hopping about, getting all red and sweaty. And Heyman puts him over. Does your standard Paul Heyman promo, trying to sell people on the Brock Lesnar-Nakamura match coming up at SummerSlam. And it won't be long before Shinsuke would come out and get in Lesnar's face. They don't touch, but Shinsuke just comes out being Nakamura, strutting around cockily, grinning at Brock Lesnar, shouting "Come on" at Brock Lesnar. And Lesnar just sort of walks away, goes to leave the ring, and Shinsuke would wink at him or something to set him off. And then as Brock Lesnar goes to leave, he'd turn around and drop him with a clothesline. And then he'd go to try and mount him and hit the punches on him. But as he goes to go down and to Nakamura's level, Nakamura would kick his leg up and kick him in the balls as Shinsuke's laying on the floor and Brock standing over him. As a low blow that stuns Brock, drops into his knees, and then Shinsuke would lay him out with a Kinshasa. And then he'd laugh at Paul Heyman like, "Look, I've dropped your beast." And just proving that Nakamura is not going to be a walk in the park. He's not going to be an easy victory for Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And that the King of Strong Style is coming for a fight against the Beast. And it's sure to be a hell of a hard-hitting contest. Mustafa Ali and EC3 have a match, because Ali needed a strong win over somebody before his match with Samoa Joe this Sunday at SummerSlam, which he then accepts here. He says, "Joe, this thing between us is gone on for far too long. I didn't want it to come down to this because I'm one hell of a guy." He wouldn't say that, actually. He's like, "I didn't want to come down to this because I thought we could try and settle this like men, but if you wanna dance and have an I Quit match at SummerSlam, then I sure as hell aren't gonna say no, because I've made a career out of never saying I quit. You can beat me within a lynch of my life and you'll never get me to say I quit. So this is actually detrimental to you because I'm never going to give up. My heart is in this. So you don't know what you're in for, Joe, this Sunday at SummerSlam." Bianca Belair defeats Naomi with the KOD. A lot of just quick matches followed up by angles this week. And just nothing too elaborate here, right? Because it is the go-home show. We're sort of just putting loose ends together. Becky comes out, just gets in Bianca's face, dares her to challenge her. Bianca would walk away, blow her a kiss or something like that, and back away from Becky's fight. So we've got the challenger challenging the champion and the champion walking away. Bray Wyatt and Killian Dane have their last man standing match up next. And they go 13 minutes. And they brawl. It's a wild brawl, like two big hairy hosses going at it, as you'd expect. And it would end with when they did it on Raw, in the real world when Bobby Lashley speared Braun Strowman through the stage and the stage exploded. And we had that. Basically, that exact same bit we're doing here with Killian Dane charging through Bray Wyatt, and they both fall through the entrance ramp, and they both get counted out for 10. You'd have Wolf, Logan, and Bo checking on Bray, and you'd have Nikki Cross checking on Killian Dane, as they're both out cold and being helped to the back. Braun Strowman and Babatunde are in some backstage anonymous location, just cutting a promo about how they're big and scary, and how we've got 2 tag teams in this matchup in Red Dragon and the Usos. They've been teaming together for the better part of a decade, but it doesn't matter how long you've been teaming together when your opponents are 2 400-pound monster colossal men like Braun Strowman and Babatunde. You could be the most well-oiled tag team machine of all time. You're not going to break us down, because whether or not you want to believe this, it is still the land of the giants here in WWE. Size does still matter, and we don't have any plans on dropping these tag team titles to anybody anytime soon. Main event. I mean, there's still 2 segments to come after this, so it's not gonna... So hopefully the show gets rated more on them than this, but this is a bit of a letdown considering who's in this match. Anyway, Adam Cole and Sami Zayn defeat Gargano and Cena. Sami Zayn gets the pinfall win over the United States Champion ahead of their match on this Sunday at SummerSlam. Yeah, I expected a bit better from this. I thought maybe it would be an A, B+ at the very least, but no, it's an 82B, because of course it is. This segment, Bray is laid out. Sarah, Bo, and Wolf have taken him to his undisclosed spoopy, smoky room, and he's out cold. He's not responding to anything. And the 3 others are mumbling to themselves about it, when all of a sudden he shoots up. Not Undertaker style, just jolts into consciousness. And then he looks at him, he's like, "Did they hurt you?" And they're like, "No, they not yet. Killian didn't hurt us yet." And Bray's like, "I failed you. I failed to protect my only friends and my family." And then they look at him like all confused, and he starts laughing, and he's like, I must protect you. We must fight against the evil. Let me in." Contract signing to end the show. Nikki Bella hosts between Universal Champion Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. And they have a nice back and forth argument. They go through basically the history about why this match is so important for each man, because these 2 have never touched, despite both being in WWE for 3 years together. And AJ's like, "Seth, you're getting way too big for your boots here. You're parading around like you're the best wrestler in WWE, but I'll have you know I'm still here. I'm still busting my ass after over 2 decades. And Monday Night Raw is now my new home, my new house, after I put SmackDown Live on the map. And that Universal Championship is the championship I need to get my hands on it, Seth. Because you understand this. You're walking around here like you're the hot shot, you're the top guy. I need to put an end to you, Seth. I'll do whatever it takes to get that championship off you. Because that championship is the key to success here on Night Raw, and I will not look at myself as a success until I hold it." And Seth's like, "Obviously, you're one of the best opponents. You're going to be one of the toughest challenges I've ever had to face with this championship. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let you come in and walk over me. Everyone was saying AJ Styles is one of the best in the world, while I had to sit there busting my ass as the Intercontinental Champion. And I felt disrespected that I was being looked over for you. So on Sunday, me and you, two of the best here on Monday Night Raw, gonna go toe to toe. We're gonna find out who truly is the best in the world. They sign, and then Rollins would sort of antagonize him and be like, well, as long as I've got this title, I'm the best in the world, AJ, and if you've got anything you want to say or do about it, I'm right here. And he'd push the table aside, egg AJ on for a fight, but Nikki Bella obviously wants to save her main event, so she'd usher AJ out of the ring before he can lay a hand on Seth Rollins. And a very tense end to the contract signing as Raw goes off the air with a A8B+, increasing popularity in 44 regions. That is the end of Monday Night Raw's build to the biggest party of the summer. We've got one more episode of SmackDown 205 Live to get to, and then SummerSlam will be upon us. I hope to see you then.